First things first, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on winning another Super Bowl, their fourth overall championship, and their third in the last 5 years, and being the first in decades to go back-to-back. Congratulations to Patrick Mahomes, being the first African American to win multiple MVP awards as a starting quarterback. And of course, congratulations to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I have to mention that because it's going to drive the MAGA nuts. But I need to talk about this. This past weekend, Donald Trump, in another self-aggrandizing jerk-off session that he likes to call a political rally, has shown us exactly how terrified we need to be if he ever wins the White House again, and here in this election in 2024. Take a look at this one clip, and it should send shivers down your spine.
Presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay.
So because a NATO ally is attacked by Russia, you're going to ask them, have you paid us protection money? And if they didn't pay, you're going to say, screw you, and even encourage Russia, the attacking nation, because it's only a matter of time before they go beyond Ukraine at this point. You're going to encourage Vladimir Putin, your bestie, to attack them? You're going to just encourage them to say, go for it, Russia. We're well behind you, won the way. Congratulations, Russia. Oh, Vladimir, excuse me, let me get my Donald Trump voice ready. Vladimir, you're so smart. You're so smart. You're incredible. You're talented. You're beautiful. That's going to be your response. Seriously? I really don't know what I'm supposed to say to this. No, actually, I know exactly what I'm going to say to this. Now, given to everything that's happened in the world in the last few months, the attack on Israel by Hamas, the unprovoked attack by of course, the Russian attack on Ukraine, not to mention the fact that Iranian terrorists have attacked us and killed our servicemen, and we're retaliating over. Donald Trump idiotic supporters are still screaming at the fact that somehow Joe Biden is going to start World War III. He's not, and he isn't. You see, Joe Biden is doing what he has to do as president of the United States. But what Donald Trump has proposed, now this isn't new. During his presidency, he was trying to pull the United States out of every major alliance there was. NATO, obviously, and of course the World Health Organization, just before COVID hit the United States. But let's focus on NATO. Now, for all you unthinking idiots in the Donald Trump cult, NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, started in the aftermath of World War II. It guarantees a community of nations for mutual defense and trade. It's not a tributary alliance. NATO members don't pay the United States to protect them. It's a mutual defense effort. But I keep hearing that excuse of Article 5 to the NATO Treaty. Article 5. Let's look at Article 5, shall we? Article 5 provides that if a NATO ally is the victim of an armed attack, each and every other member of the alliance will consider this act of violence as an armed attack against all members and will take the actions it deems necessary to assist the ally attacked. Now, in the decades-long history of NATO, Article 5 has only been used once. Just once. Do you want to know who for that nation it was used, Article 5 was used for? In the whole decades of the NATO alliance, there was only one nation that Article 5 was enforced for. Can you tell me which one it was? And not to mention, and more importantly, the circumstances surrounding Article 5? Can you? Okay, you don't know. I'll tell you. Well, obviously, the people who watch these videos are intelligent enough to tell me. But since for the rest of you Donald Trump supporters out there, I'm going to tell you. It was the United States of America. And do you know why they used Article 5? What prompted Article 5 to be used in this way for NATO? It was September 11th, 2001, the aftermath of the terrorist attack by Al Qaeda that killed thousands in New York, Washington, and Shanksville. After the aftermath of 9/11, NATO stood behind us to help us fight our war against terrorism. So, by that statement that this idiot, Donald Trump, made, he is practically wanting to shoot the United States of America in the foot if we end up going into another war, or if one of our allies is attacked by Russia. Do I need to remind you what this bastard said? I'll do that.
Presidents of
Listen.
a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay.
If you didn't pay, you're not getting protection. That is the mindset of a gangster, of a mafioso. You might as well try to be like Henry Hill on Goodfellas. I know Henry Hill was a real life person, but in case none of you Trump supporters know, that is based off a true story. Anyway, Donald Trump is trying to be some strongman gangster when he's nothing more than a money-grubbing extortionist. That's all he knows how to be. He could care less about what happens to NATO, or what happens to this country, or its people, or anyone else in the world. It's about his own pocketbook and his own pathetic ego. This is another reason why that Donald Trump cannot be allowed back into office ever again. Because our alliances will be in tatters. No one will trust us. And if we end up in another war, no one will help us. God forbid another terrorist attack happens, as Donald Trump has said repeatedly, practically praying that a terrorist attack happens on this country so he'll be proven right about the evil Mexican horde that's crossing the border. And that is what should terrify all of you right now. This man is hoping for something to bad to happen in this country. What presidential candidate, former president, or anyone in this nation would want that? Just to satisfy his pathetic ego. What sane person would want a terrorist attack just to be proven right? But right now, this is another instance as to why Donald Trump cannot go within inches of the White House unless he's taking the guided tour. You practically put a bullet in our alliances with NATO. These people are not going to trust us, regardless of what the Secretary General of NATO said. Now, the Secretary General made these comments not too long after Donald Trump's little jerk-off session at his rally. Now, this is from the Secretary General, Jens Stoltenberg, quoting him, any suggestion that the allies will not defend each other undermines our security, including that of the United States. and puts American and European soldiers at increased risk. I expect that regardless of who wins the presidential election, the U.S. will remain a strong and committed NATO ally. Translation: these people are watching this election. And this Trump being Trump excuse, these allies, including everyone in NATO, believe that Donald Trump is dead serious about this. He is dead serious about destroying the alliance. All because he didn't get his protection money. Because in true mafioso fashion, he didn't get a chance to wet his beak. What the hell is wrong with this guy? If I'm a NATO ally, if I were Germany or Italy or anyone else in the alliance, I am breaking up all diplomatic relations with the United States if Donald Trump is reelected. Because quite honestly, I don't even think I should even trust the United States if Donald Trump is reelected. He has made it very clear that he has absolutely no commitment to the safety and security of our own country. What makes you think he's going to be interested in the safety and security of our allies? He has shown that in the 4 years that he was president. Donald Trump cannot be allowed to gain power as president of the United States. He has made it clear that he has become a national security risk to our nation. Do the right thing, Americans. Vote against him. Now, you're listening to the propaganda of Joe Biden's too old and all that other bullshit. I'd rather have a president that's too old, like Joe Biden, than a madman like Donald Trump. Take that to the bank. Because quite honestly, our lives are at risk. Make no mistake about that. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.